Long Yahweh Hashem Shad Bahashem Kakodash, double honor to the elder apostles and other bishops, a great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us its truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. I'm the elder Yashawan. Shalom and salutations to you all. This lesson will largely revolve around the elder brother Ayash. I believe he's in Mississippi. I think it's Mississippi. Ayash Amoth, and a portion of his video today drew my attention, and that's what I'm gonna base this on, because what is happening. Okay, let's get really quick. I'm gonna play this video, and it's gonna go into how the small hats are catching hell over there in our land, right? What's really going on? So let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 real quick, because this applies to them too. Is it 16? Okay. Let's get shit. Let's get let's go straight for it. In the war, let's get, see, this applies to them too. Doesn't only apply, right? First of all, they're over there acting like us. Okay, right here. 2nd Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. This goes both ways. So it doesn't only happen to us, it's happening to them. Okay, so these people are over there right now taking a beating. So let's take a look at that and see. This is the brother, just put it up, the brother elder Ayashamoth, GMS Living Waters BA. Subscribe and be edified. I wake up and go straight to this brother got a video waiting for me, full of edification. And this little clip right here shows you, right, what they're hiding. Okay, what are they hiding? Well, they're hiding what's actually going on, right, in Tel Aviv, what's actually going on in Jerusalem, what's actually going on, right? And this small head, he's going to give you, confirmation, right, that they are over there catching hell. They're trying to get the hell up out of there. Why? Because they're in the middle of a war. People don't understand that because it's being sanitized over here in the West, right? Just because they are over there catching missiles, running scared and in bomb shelters on the daily. Okay? And we don't understand that over here because they got control of TikTok. Okay? Understand that. They didn't go into the real big war until they got some sort of sanitization and control over the internet. So let's watch this and watch how they set it up. But watch when you see the reality of the war, right? Because these little clips are sneaking out and they're not supposed to be. There's a propaganda war going on too, so you're not supposed to see things like this.
Type resistance or South Lebanon to help overpower the algorithm that tries to bury this truth. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. We are not beholden to advertisers or the war machine.
Sure
we are beholden only to honest journalism.
Open-minded
Do it now,
probably.
And let's get back to the story. This was not an isolated incident. To view it as such would be to miss the larger, terrifying picture that is currently keeping Benjamin Netanyahu and his war cabinet awake at night. Just 2 days prior to this massacre of armor, the Lebanese resistance had pulled off a near identical ambush on the Taipei to Deir Syrian Road, where they destroyed 8 more Merkava tanks. Let that sink in. Within a span of 72 hours, the occupation has lost the equivalent of an entire armored battalion.
Now, it's not this lead up that I want you to see. It's what this guy is about to say and his despair and the truth about what's going on the ground and how people are reacting in these cities as they go down. These cities are going down, right? The small hats are running back to their home of origin, right? Which is Eastern Europe or wherever they came from.
Merkava tanks and several D9 bulldozers to a
Fair
force
use.
they have spent months.
Fair use. This is only for teaching purposes and only for edification, Lord willing.
To degrade with relentless airstrikes. Even an Israeli settlement leader, Erez Saranga of Margaliot, breaks down in tears on live TV. For two
He's a nigga crying, man.
That's the elder right there. He's going to narrate some of this and then he's going to let it play. So I'm going to let it go.
Okay? This nigga crying, man.
Degrade with relentless airstrikes. Even in his
through. Okay? Finish. Belt to the ass, man. Alright? The idea finna get it the worst, man. And as America is tied up because America has been the shield. But now America ain't that shield. Because now America got his hands tied. And Russia ain't jumped in yet. Turkey, they ain't jumped in yet. These other nations, man. Okay? It only get worse for the small hats in America, man. The small hats, which is the weakest of them all, they're starting all this shit. Now nigga want to cry, man.
Okay, and again, that's the brother elder out of Mississippi, Ayashamoth, and using part of his. This is from his broadcast today. Subscribe GMS Living Waters BA, one of his channels. So subscribe and be edified. All right, and play the rest of this. It's real good.
Okay, and it's gonna get worse. All right, but listen to this other small hat. This nigga here finna go berserk. This nigga here finna go berserk, man. Okay.
Israeli settlement leader Erez Saranga of Margaliot breaks down in tears on live TV.
All right. Said no matter how we end the Lebanon front, I'm gonna read a little bit of it. And I'm gonna just let him. He talking in that Yiddish. It says that we lost a city in the state of Israel. This is the first time a city. All right. This is the first time a city in the state of Israel is going
down.
Yeah, because the residents are leaving. Okay, these people are living in bomb shelters. Okay, these small hats, which that's great for them because they cheered on all the wickedness of the IDF. When the IDF was just terrorizing and bombing, and they didn't have to worry about being attacked. Okay, they was cool with it, but now they're living in shelters. All right, they're on a constant bomb threat. All right, they're being forced to evacuate. Okay, they're being forced to relocate out the country. They're jumping on cruise ships. Okay, and remember, these people are not going to work. You live in a bomb shelter, nigga. Ain't no going to work. Nigga, you at war. Okay, nigga, ain't no going to work, living your regular life, man. And these people are complaining. All right, I'm gonna just let this nigga play, man. But this mainly that's to sum up what he's speaking about. Okay.
Now keep this in mind. They are at war. Every day, every minute. Like he said, ain't no going to work. No, you're at war. There's only survival at war. Now, here's the point. That war's coming here. There'll come a time where ain't no work, nigga, you're at war. And war is minute-to-minute survival. Okay, even on the battlefield. On and off the battlefield, if you're in a war, the land you're in is at war, guess what? And I'm looking in the sky right now, and it looks like an absolute battlefield up there. X's and crosses. Crazy. They must be about ready to project something up in the sky. Anyway, let's go on with that.
He's crying, belt to ass, in full progress, man. Okay? So let's play this.
אם היה להם פינוי, והם יכלו להיות אסמך הזיכרון הקצר רגע לזכור את ההגדות בבריכה ולא את כל 10 דקות לרוץ למקרא לקוmin כל שנייה, אז זה גרם ל-16,000 לחזור. ואם אתם מצפים שעוד חודש ימים 10,000 יישארו ככה, יישארו 10 אנשים. אלה שלא יכולים ללכת בלבד. כי כבר עכשיו יזכרו את הבומים כל יום. וכל הזמן אומרים לי, זה הניצחון לחיזבאללה הם מפנו. חבר'ה, חיזבאללה להגיד שהוא ניצח לא משנה מה. הניצחון שלו יהיה שלא יישאר במדינת ישראל. לא אם יפנו או לא יפנו, זה לא השיקול שלי. ואם יש לי 4,700 דירות בלי מיגון תקני, או מיגון בכלל, איזה ניצחון זה? לא דאגתם להם למיגון עד עכשיו, אז בזמן אמת תמגנו אותם. לא מסוגלים, תעיפו אותם מהסכנה.
There it is, right there. You didn't provide them with protection. You didn't consider the latter end. What is the latter end of your behavior when you're out acting like the devil? See, here's what's going on all over the world. This. Everything in the world, right, hinges on what? What's going on in Jerusalem, who those people are and what they're doing. Everything, right, all roads lead where? To Jerusalem. Where's the showdown going to be? Right there. Okay? There's a showdown coming. You understand? And everybody, whether you understand it or not, you're feeding into, you're funneling, right, the forces of the Gentiles, if you will, to who? The small hats. And everybody's waking up to it. So the whole world revolves around what? This project right here. And this, right, is proof. We're not supposed to see this. Inside information. We're not supposed to see this project falling apart. This project, which is the greater Israel project or whatever, which is for them to be in heaven, acting as us. This is it falling apart. We're getting a bird's eye view from the inside. We're not supposed to see this at all. Okay? This is whatever they killed all those people in Gaza for, right? That whole extermination, that whole, whatever you want to call it, the ethnic cleansing, genocide, whatever you want to call that, is about this. Right? And this is that falling apart. Okay? They did all that killing and genocide so that they can expand what is now falling apart. Hope I'm explaining that correctly. Because those people are getting on planes and getting the hell out of it. Why? Because the whole thing is a war zone right now. And ain't nobody living safe. Okay? And it ain't going to be that ever. That's what's being said. If you're ready to live in a bomb shelter running, you're living in that area. Because that's all there's going to be.
לא שולחים חייל לקרב בלי שכפ"ץ, נכון? למה שמים אזרח בחזית בלי מגן?
Look how this nigga looking at him here. He going berserk. Well, nigga, you got all that rah-rah, nigga. You need to be on the front line.
Death. This is the culture of death. This is the top of the mountain. This is them crumbling. He knoweth that he hath but a short time. So what is this devil, if this is him imploding from the top, right? These are the Chaldeans. These are the top wizards, right? Running everything. Look at all the they got nothing but plenteous. They've probably been in there for hours screaming at each other. What are we going to do? And they just being catered to with all of our money, our hard work feeding them, the forces of the Gentiles going straight to them.
Shit, arguing them ain't gonna change the score. Nigga, you need to take that energy to the front line. Okay? All this screaming and nigga, you need to take that to the front line. Nigga, suit up. Nigga, they need that right now. You know? So he's going crazy or whatever meeting this is, man. He said, how you think an 80-year-old man on the third floor gonna reach a bomb shelter in 10 seconds? Well, nigga, you should have thought about that before you started this, nigga. Okay? You should have had all this planned out, nigga. Okay? You don't care about nobody else, elderly or children. Okay? You still got people being dug out of the rubble of Gaza. Now they digging small hats out of rubble of Tel Aviv.
So let's quickly take a look over here and see what's going to happen. See, because this horrible vision right here, 2nd Ezra 15 and 28, behold a horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. This whole little section in here says what? That the Iranians are whooping ass right now. And then in a minute, the dragons are going to make a comeback, right? And who are they going to waste a portion of the land of? The Assyrians, who are the small hats, and Americans. And when we get down here, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy, so they're going to come over here and do damage. Okay? And the army is going to, whoever's over here, is going to have a hard time with it. Consume some of them, says. Right here, we're running the hell up, getting ran up out of the Middle East. Salakia. 2nd Ezra 15 and 32. Then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. That's the West getting run up out of the Middle East. Okay. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege. That's them coming over here to the, the lower 48, whatever they call that shit. Right? And in their hosts shall be fear and dread. Right? As when the military strife among their kings. It's not gonna be good over here. Right? The same thing that's happening here. Right? Who's in bed with these people? Who's fighting their war? Who is Iran mad at? Them and the United States. They're firing on the United States through their proxies right now. You think they're not coming over here? Well, the scripture are telling you that they are. Okay? To do what? To do this. To frustrate and have them in this position. This is real time. Those people over there catching it. They don't want you to know it. Look at that.
Okay? Your brother can post that Job 4 and 8. Okay? Bible shot Job 4 and 8.
I'll play that again.
Alright? Ain't nobody thinking about how that 80-year-old small hat gonna get from the third floor to the shelter in 10 seconds. Nigga, he not gonna make it.
No, you're at
okay?
war.
There's a hat, nigga. Hezbollah out there catching hats. Iran catching them hats, some small hats, man. Okay? And like I say, suit this nigga up, man.
They don't understand.
Okay? If I was a general, nigga, suit up, nigga. Says you got all this goddamn ferocity around here, nigga.
יצאת אוטובוס, יוריד את הנוסעים להגיע למיגון. זה נפגע הראש שהיו לי בפגיעות האחרונות. וצריכים תודה, יצאנו בזול. אם האוטובוס הזה היה מלא אנשים היה לי הרן, בלי מענה רפואי אפילו את הטיפול ההרן הזה. בלי פינוי מוסק, בלי הטן. תגיד, אתם נורמליים? מה אנחנו? איזה אזרחים אנחנו? The defenders of
So, that's how they're living. Can you imagine living? You hear air raid signs every 15, sirens every 15 minutes. You living scared. You living in a war zone. That's what living in. That's supposed to be the promised land. Them niggas are getting the F out of there right. They're trying to catch a plane. This failed project. So you did all of that clearing, right, of Gaza for what? For this failed project. So in order to understand, to measure thou the time diligently in itself, in order to do that, you got to know what is going on the ground over there. All right? 2 Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I've told thee before, then thou shalt understand. It is the very same time. We're trying to understand time right now. So what do you have to look for? You have to look for the signs of the time to let you know. Okay? To let you know what? Of the main event, Yahushua coming back. But the point is, if you don't understand the signs and are not out actively looking for them, what are the signs? Look at this. Look at this. Look what's happening on the ground. Look at this. They're getting bombed and strafed. This is what the whole thing is about. The whole thing is about how they're living in Israel. Why is America at war with Iran? Because of how they're living in Israel. Bibi said, I'm going to take a trip over here and tell this nigga that we need some bombs flowing. Because of how we're living. We're expanding over here. We're taking people's land. What are they doing right now in Lebanon and in the West Bank? They over there doing what they do, right? Coveting fields, all right, and taking them by force, right? While this is going on. So there's only this, right? And this is all they know. They covet what? Fields and seize them and steal them. Yaakov, why are you stealing my house? If I don't steal it, somebody else will. Micah 2:2. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You want a piece of land, like the West Bank, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. So, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it, but as you can see, right, my, what is it? Appointed my land. Who stole the land? By the Balfour Declaration. Here's the Balfour Declaration scripture right here. Ezekiel 36:5. This is the Balfour Declaration. I declare Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, including the Amalekites, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart and with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So here you are stealing the land by the Balfour Declaration. You appointed it into your possession. Okay, so there's nothing that we don't know about you, devil. And here's the result of stealing that land, and you're out stealing more right now as we speak, using all these wars as some sort of diversion, as though you're actually, but see, this is the result of your wickedness. Okay, now, I want to say this real quick too, because I'm going to name this. Uh, I'm going to name this lesson after a famous Malcolm X quote. He gets credit for this famous quote all over. Malcolm rises out of the ashes with this quote, right? And what is the quote? Chickens coming home to roost. Okay. What we're seeing everywhere right now is chickens coming home to roost. A famous Malcolm X quote. Chickens coming home to roost.
This nigga finna go berserk, man. Okay?
Israeli settlement leader Erez Saranga of Margaliot breaks down in tears on live TV.
These motherfuckers had dreams, delusions of grandeur. Now it's all coming down in death and destruction. This is just the beginning. Right? You gonna try to go heads up with Yahweh Shemi Shai? It's a joke out.
All right. Said no matter how we end the Lebanon front, I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Then I'm gonna just let him. He talking in that Yiddish. It says if we lost a city in the state of Israel,
that's the first time it ever happened.
This is the first time a city. All right, this is the first time a city in the state of Israel is going
down.
Yeah, because the residents are leaving. Okay, these people are living in bomb shelters.
They're running.
Okay, these small hats were just that's great for because they cheered on all the wickedness of the IDF. When the IDF was just terrorizing and bombing, and they didn't have to worry about being attacked. Okay, they was cool with it, but now they're living in shelters. All right, they're on a constant bomb threat. All right, they're being forced to evacuate. Okay, they're being forced to relocate out the country. They're jumping on cruise ships. Okay, and remember, these people are not going to work. You live in a bomb shelter, nigga. Ain't no going to work.
Okay. So there's more to this because this is coming stateside. What they let me get out with this real quick. So, Lockie, bear with me. This is why you see this going on, and this is why it's coming here too. See those small hats? They actually own this place, America. They own this corporation. They're coming to collect on it right now, and it's being turned over to them, right? And the first thing they want to do is come over here and do the Gaza genocide on you, Jakes. You don't understand that yet, but you will soon. That's what this means. Therefore, rejoice ye. Rejoice, Salaki, this is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, O heaven, that's you, that's the kingdom. And you who dwell in them, that's the hopeful elect. But woe to the inhabitants, but woe to the earth and the sea. Salakia, what is this? That's Berean. Salakia, let me read it again. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, so-called white man, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. This dude is mad as hell. I'm not the only one going down. My 2-year-old daughter and da-da-da-da. You niggas are gonna die too. This is the Most High taking Amalek down. Where's the main event gonna take place? Babylon is fallen, is fallen. So you can see the handwriting on the wall, right? Tekel, right there. So here he comes, right? All right, his time is short. all that, Yahushua is coming back, is already kindled. This is already kindled right there. And they know that. So with that, we pray that they, I just thought that, this is important to be able to see this clip, right? So great job to the prophet out there in Mississippi, the Elder Ayasha Month, and call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for giving us hopeful elect this word, right? And giving us the opportunity to get out there and push it. With that, we pray that the elect will edify you, brother and sister. Shalom.